Hi guys, this is Namcraft. What's going on? Good morning and good night. Wake up and sleep tight. This is gonna be part of KCM 2024 season 5, week 4, and this is set number 5, Sharp versus Best. After 4 games, Bishop, Bisu, Tyson, Saskri have been eliminated. We still have Speed, Sharp, Best, Gekmo, and Zealot remaining. Very interesting results given the fact that Zerg lineup looks bad this week, but it's been doing okay with the appearance of the best player, Saskri. Maybe just want to take the, winner takes all approach, right? Which is, field your best player first. If you lose, that's fine. Go home early. But if you win, then you finish the series early and you also get time to, party or whatever, right? Because these guys are in the 40s. What else do they have to do? I don't know. Yeah, so Sharp versus Best here. The map is going to be Deja Vu. Let me just quickly show you what this map looks like. Do I have it? Yes, I do. There it is. With Sharp in red at the bottom right and Best in blue at the top left. Deja Vu for Terran. They enjoy a 51.9% win rate, so 52% win rate almost. Slightly advantage for Sharp. Sharp, how has he been doing? Excuse me, after that nice run into previous ASL or SSL season autumn. So what is it, fall? I guess I have not been seeing much of him. He doesn't play much in KCM. He doesn't appear much in daily pro leagues. I think he does stream. I think he does, have some nice, fun time with his fans every day on his channel. What is it, Africa channel? But other than that, I've not seen much of him. So, anyways, let us just quickly confirm where he stands in terms of the ELO scores. So once again, here are the top 10 broodwar players in on the scene today, and with that in respect, Sharp is 12-11. He doesn't make top 10. Maybe he makes top 20. I don't know, but he's behind Speed, and Speed is just so ridiculous these days, but he's fallen off the top 10 as well. So Terran in general is not doing well, I guess with the exception of Light and Speed and Flash, right, in the top 10. But anyways, that's that. So let's put all of these away, and maybe I would just quickly tell you again the KCM ladder board, right? So after 31 seasons, Terran has won 15 times, Zerg has won 12, and Protoss has won 4. In terms of win rates, as you can see, Soki's the only one undefeated, but he's only played 1 game. Other than that, Speed is, I guess, the best in win rates. But anyways, we are going to be having a quick attack here. I'm not so sure what kind of damage he can get done, but it is going to be a very quick 4 Marined. Is it 4 Marined? It looks to me like at least 4 Marined and a Vulture formation. This SV is driving the Dragoons back, and that's going to allow room for the Vultures to start to move out. But we see that the Vulture is not making its presence outside, and we have a probe, and the probe sees 3 Marines and a single Vulture, so that is going to be maybe the signal for okay, we will have the robo coming up right in the face of that SV, so he could not delay that robo any much longer, and this is a good advantage, I think, for Sharp. He will know how to adjust his build accordingly. He will know that he will need at least an engineering bay, if not engineering bay and academy, and maybe armory for the Goliaths, depending on what kind of playstyle he wants to go for. Sharp, I don't know, but for a player like Flash, he likes to defend with Goliaths. He doesn't really like to defend with static defenses like turrets and bunker. He likes to have those very strong Goliaths in the beginning. But we will have the second factory coming up and the tank. So it looks like Sharp is gonna apply a light S push here. 4 Marine, 1 tank, 2 Vultures, and possibly going for Vulture with Speed or Vulture with Mine upgrade behind this. Dragoon range has not finished, but I'm sure it will finish by the time this attack commence. So yeah, okay, Vulture Mine is done first. I think Vulture Speed will be the second one to upgrade. This is very standard procedure. If during this time Best is allowed to sneak in an expansion, it would be great, but he cannot because the way that this map is structured, the third base is so far out. and he can try to take the 1 o'clock position, but that is also very, very hard. So looks like Best is gonna try to hold it with 3 dragoons in the front and 1 dragoon in the back. It looks like these tanks are gonna try to move back. What is that? Okay, looks like he's getting ready for carrier build at some point in the future. Very interesting, going for pylon wall just to see exactly what's this, going on. And the fact that these marines are moving back, so looks like he's thinking, you know what, I don't want to waste my forces, because I've seen time and time over the Terran player just loses everything in the early game, especially in that game against between Flash and Mini, also part of DPL, where Terran thinks, okay, I have advantage early on, I have 4 marines, why not apply a little bit of pressure, and they get their butts kicked. So that is that. Anyways, this is going to be an ops first, and Best is not hiding his observer. He's moving them in plain sight. Dragoon's moving out, and Vultures are going to be moving in. He needs to block everything, and looks like Vulture's going to go on a high ground here. Vulture with speed is so fast, and where are the Dragoons? I don't see them. Looks like there's going to be an attack in the front. There's going to be Dragoons. It looks like Best says, you know what, I would just play from behind. I will give you a front to attack. Anyways, these Dragoons are going to be super careful. Looks like there's going to be a bunker coming up. He needs to attack and kill every single Marine. Looks like the Marine is here. We will have a mine drag. Only 3 Dragoons remaining, and they will have to back down. And Best has lost the momentum. Look at this, guys. He has not yet expanded. He has not yet reclaim his expansion as well, and he's not yet resaturated his probe. We will have Dragoons attacking, and that tank is really damaged. 1 tank has fallen, but 1 Dragoon has fallen as well, so this is going to be the end of this attack. I think Best need to back down now. He need to back out and get away, go home. He does go for that, but look at the supply situation. Best was so slow to resaturate his expansion. At least now he will not face any more vulture harassments. He will have a chance to expand. He need to do it really quickly. Oh my god, this vulture goes in. It dies at the last minute. So that is really, really unfortunate. And Sharp is a master of early vulture harassment. He's so good with vulture harassment. He's good with vultures on the ground. He's good with vultures in dropships. He's just so good with it. Overall, guys. Yeah, and this my main man here, Mr. Best. The guy in the middle of the picture that I'm showing you at the bottom right of the screen is facing some difficulties. So let's see how he can get back. But I'm gonna take this chance to start to thank my fan. So let's go from Matt. Thank you very much for your support in the last days. What is your plan for Christmas? Have you finished your flying whatever activities? Are you a pilot? Are you a flight attendant? Please let me know what is your profession. I mean, I thought you're a soldier. Are you flying in one of those, F1 fighter planes? Is that what is taking the toll on you, or something else? The next person I'd like to thank is Sea Goblin. What is your profession? Are you really Aquaman in disguise? Not really in disguise, in plain sight. So let me know what is your plan for this Christmas. And Shane, what's going on, buddy? There's gonna be another vultures getting sniped, and looks like Best is gonna try to get back a little bit of what the enemy is doing to him. And I'd like to thank Greg. How is it in Poland? Is it cold? I've never visited your city, your beautiful city in this picture. I hope that I have a chance to visit it soon. And the last person is Thomas. Thomas, please get out of the asylum and contribute back to society. Do not commit serial killing anymore. Have a good day. And I would just go back to this game now. What's happening exactly? Flash is not playing today, but Best and Sharp is. Looks like Sharp has got 75 supply, Best with 87. The third base has been saturated. We're going to be having Zelle out with leg. He need to get Zelle out with leg because Sharp is going for this heavy tank production style. He will get a lot of tanks, and then he will bust them out with vultures a little bit later. But anyways, at least this map, the way it looks is you have your 3 bases on the low ground, and then the rest of the bases you need to get on the high ground. And this, I think, gives the advantage to Protoss early on. But if the Terran can survive and thrive, then that's gonna be a problem. We need to have a scan coming up soon. This observer needs to get the heck out of there. And indeed, Best is going to try to go for that. Then do we have Templar Archive? I don't see it. He's making a lot of Zealot. And he's going to be walling himself off. Not a nice turret placement with the +1 upgrade on the Terran army already. He's gonna try to move in. He's gonna be very careful. Best, he's just slowing down. He also doesn't want to lose his observer. During this time, Best might be advised to switch to Shadow with Zealot at some point in tanks. He's gonna start to shell the Dragoons. They back up just in time. This Vulture is not yet sniped. Very good for Best just to buy enough time for his Zealot reinforcement coming from the back. He's going for Zealot speed. He doesn't have time to go for Templars. He, with the way that things are going, Sharp is gonna push before Templars, and these Dragoons are so clumsy. They are gonna get pushed back along the left corridor. You need to start to attack and slow down the tanks. Come on, engage yourself, show your strength. You are Protoss. You are, your life is supposed to be dedicated to IU, and we have Zealot with lag. It's gonna be very careful because Best is gonna be on the low ground. He's gonna be on the low ground, but he's gonna try to stage a reinforcement on the left, on the right flank. Excuse me. These tanks are gonna come up, but without a shadow, it's not good. Best is gonna try to just go for front to attack it. This is a nice idea. These tanks are getting forced to pull back because Best want to play on a even level ground with his enemy. He doesn't want to be on a low ground. He attacks, he gets the engine bay, and that's gonna be the moment for him to move on. That observer is nicely placed from Best. He sees exactly that the rest of the Terran forces is moving back, and once again this is gonna allow Best to remake another ground of troops here. Observer getting sniped, nicely done by Sharp, but he needs to snipe another observer. These Dragoons need to clear, and the fact that Best is playing observer style, he's got plenty of observers everywhere. Looks like these forces gonna try to come back out, but Best need to stop them right here on the high ground. He does go for that stop, and it's gonna be very cool. There's gonna be a mind drag, but he cleared. He almost get lost in press, but Zealot's gonna be careful here not to eat up way too many men. Dragoons are clearing out, and Best is nicely maneuvering from left and right, to drive the Terran forces, left and back and forth. And it's gonna be another Vulture reinforcement. Zealot coming out. Dragoons gonna be careful to move back to not lose himself so much. Indeed, Best saves the rest of his forces. Dragoons need to run away. Tanks are going to try to clear the rest of his forces, and this is exactly what Best wanted. He wanted to trade unsiege tanks. He doesn't want to fight against siege formations. He gets pulled back, and once again this allows him for more time. But where's the third base for the Terran player, and where's the fourth base for the Protoss player? We are looking at the 12th minute mark of the game. We will have Dark Templars. This is a very unusual playstyle because Best is the inventor of Temptoss strategy, right? He likes to go for Shadow with Zealot and maybe double robotics, but this game he's been playing with observers purely, and he starts to go for Dark Templars. So very interesting kind of playstyle. Terran's got very strong upgrades, +1 weapons and +1 armor, and Best is gonna get ready to come out here. But now we will have the Protoss just maxing out with the production facility. Best is so good with production. He's so good with macro. He's got almost 170 supply. Sharp is about 30 supply behind, and Sharp is gonna float his command center out now. So we will have 4 base. Okay, we will have the Vulture. The Vulture gets sniped by the Dark Templar, so that's very nice. And Best is gonna try to take this time to go for another expansion at the 230, as well as expanding towards the bottom left corner of the screen. Observer even sees everything about that new base, but now Best will be soon maxed out. He's waiting for another round. The moment he sees it, he will attack with 200 supply. He's gonna put High Templars inside the Shadow. Very smart, and this is gonna be the pivotal moment here. Best APM only 260, Sharp APM 335, and Best is gonna max out in about 20 seconds. I believe the next round he will max out. And the question, will he engage against the third base of Sharp, or will he wait until another base gets set up? I'm not so sure exactly what is going to be the plan. Upgrades are strong for Terran. For Protoss it's not so strong. Vulture is gonna try to snipe those forces. We have a single Dark Templar just going randomly inside and eating up 2 or 3 tanks and damaging so many of them. These Vulture gets pushed back as well. Observer need to run away. These tanks need to get repaired. Yeah, Best is very cunning and sly as a fox, where Sharp is honest like a grape. And grape always get eaten by fox because grapes are too honest. We have Zealot attacking in the middle, and this is gonna be a maxed out army. We will need to have the Korean commentator zoom out to see the huge epic battle here. These tanks are so damaged, they will die really quickly. The first tanks fall, the second tanks are where these Dragoons going from the right side. It's going to be High Templar casting a storm. He does go for one storm. Does he go for the second storm? I did not see it. What's happening? He's going to try to send a small force to attack out that base. Zealots are attacking, and looks like Best is maneuvering beautifully against Sharp. The Dragoons need to attacking. Why these Dragoons are attacking so weird in such a weird formation? But he clears out so many SCV, and this is good because that choke, you cannot fit all of your supply to that choke. So it was very good for Best to split up his army. Half of the army confronts the Terran army, and the rest go for this base, and he takes this base. So there's going to be no turning back now. And now we need to have just going all in by Sharp. He's going to try to take out the bottom right, and if he does that, it's going to be one base, and that's going to be a nice move here. That's going to be a nice observer placement. Good mind drag. These tanks have been damaged, and Best to come out from behind. He's going to get on the highest ground, but he's going to be careful. The moment that Sharp gets to the low ground, and Best can move in to occupy the high ground. Where are the observers? We don't see it. Best is temporarily on 5 bases almost, whereas his enemy is on 2. And SB is gonna come back to kind of mine from a distance here. But anyways, there's gonna be a shadow waiting, and he's gonna wait for the tank to siege, and he was give some very nice storm from the high ground, beautiful storm to take out 2 tanks. And he was just hang out the rest of the Protoss forces. What exactly are they doing? I don't know. But we will have some vultures attacking against the bottom left. I guess Best is just waiting for more forces to come from the main to actually go and clear out. He will get out here. He will at least clear the mines first. He need to get in to occupy the high ground just outside of the 230 position. But for the time being, he's coming out here just to clear out these vultures and make way for his probes to get transferred towards the new base. And there's going to be a shadow. He's got to be very, very careful. Best, what is he doing exactly? He will cast a high temperature against a Goliath. That's good. All of those Goliaths have been eaten out, and there's going to be some nice attacks. So that high ground, I think Best can now reinforce and clear out those ones. He cannot afford to lose his 4th base. There's a lot of... Why are these Dragoons hiding and Zelle hiding here? He's hoping that the Terran player would re-expand. Yeah, he's allowed these forces to come in and clear out his base, but he could easily take them out because there are only 3 tanks and they're all on the low ground. What is Best thinking here? He says, you know what? I allowed you to take this base. I allowed you to take all of my probes. I would just bank on the fact that you cannot expand and take another base, and I will bank on the fact that I can just go out there and re-expand to the bottom left. He's going to try to come in here to clear the rest of these tanks. There are only 2 tanks. They're very nicely upgraded. There's going to be more tanks on the high ground, on the low ground, excuse me. But Best comes out, clear out these tanks. Oh my freaking god, that tank has got like 9 lives from the cats or something. It's still alive. But anyways, that was a good engagement for Sharp. Of course, all of these players are playing blindly. These forces have been idle for a while. What is Best's plan? Just keeping a small force here. He needed to... he needed to use them all. I think these tanks have been re-sieged, and there's a high temperature just walking down, and he's going to cast a random storm against some random tanks. Anyways, these tanks are going to try to move back. Best doesn't have vision of that area, but at least he will have a new base here, so that's good. But he's almost mined out in several locations. Looks like Sharp decided it's enough. He wants to reclaim his 3rd base. He will clear out these tanks and get ready. And this is a nice maneuver by Sharp, whereas Best is not maneuvering correctly here. He needed to save his 4th base and clear out these tanks, but he has not been doing so. Now he will do it. He will clear out the rest of the tanks, so I guess he can retake the top right on the screen. But that was just shooting himself in the foot, because you can see his supply has plummeted, and that is going to allow Sharp the time to expand once again. There's going to be a drop, and this is beautifully played by Sharp, whereas Best is not so much here. He's got some probe saturation at the end of base. Observer is going to try to check out situation. Now Best need to know that his enemy is going to try to take out his only remaining new active base. It is going to be some vultures running around, and there's going to be a tank sieging, and Best doesn't know about this, but he's got reinforcement maybe. No, he doesn't. He's very, very far from it. It's going to be some Dragoons attacking. But this is very, very ineffective trading here by Best. He's lost a lot of Dragoons for 2 tanks, but we will have Zelle walking against mines. That tank will need to go for unsiege, and indeed this base gets saved, but it doesn't have many probes to begin with. What is Best's next move? He's gonna re-expand towards the 2 o'clock position. He could try to go for shadow with high storm drop against any of the bases that Sharp has at this moment here, but he's gonna have to remake the shadow. For the time being, Sharp needs to stay put because he's low on minerals. His main base is mined out almost. His expansion, not so many mineral patches. His 3rd base is the only source of income. As you can see, he's been mining heavily from the beginning. He doesn't have much more at the end, and there's going to be some Zelle coming out just to clear the mine. Dragoons attacking from the high ground. These vultures are looking for some quick kills, but there isn't any. They will get pushed back. Yeah, and so these vultures are going to try to get on high ground, but Sharp is not able to penetrate. Sharp has forgotten about 230. He can start to go there now, but I think Best has got some observer nicely placed. I mean, this game is all about placing the right observer in the right location. We have science vessels now, so he will go for observer hunting. Very nice move by Sharp. You need to clear those observers to see, to stop Best from seeing where he went and where he moves out here. Best 160 supply. Best will resaturate his new base. He's gonna try to come out here. Observer is gonna get saved. The science vessel does a good job of picking up those observers with the Goliaths, but now Best is gonna try to clear this area, and Best will have 5 bases. Sharp will have 3. We will have this game finally going to the final stages. 90 minutes of the game, and this is one of the first game we passed the 20th minute mark. I hope it will pass it, because the previous game were all too short. I believe I was sleeping in most of those games. Anyways, but Best has got +3 weapons, and Sharp, I think +2, +1 might be what he goes for right now. There's going to be another drop at some point. Very, very nice move. The new base that Best has set up has got very light defenses, 1 very damaged pylon. I don't know about the cannon placement. I don't know exactly what it will cover against the drop or not, but Best is going to re-max out. Yeah, there is some cannon here. He's looking for some openings. There's gonna be a Dragoons attacking, and he comes in at just the right moment to tank on siege. That is so unfortunate by Sharp. Sharp is gonna get forced to get pushed back, and both of these guys are maneuvered nicely. There's gonna be a tank on the high ground. Like I told you, that pylon is damaged from before. He's gonna try to look for some opening here. Vulture is coming out to clear. The tank will attack the pylon from the high ground, but Zealots are here to support. So that drop was useless, and Sharp will need to kind of go out here. Dragoons need to go on where exactly he's gonna try to snipe that dropship, but there's gonna be reinforcement. The Shadow need to pull back. The Shadow is so close to getting sniped. Looks like Best will regain this high ground. He's gonna be super careful. He will storm against the incoming forces. He's storming against the science. I don't know exactly. Best is abandoned this high ground. This is possibly not a good move. He need to regain this high ground ASAP, and he decided it's gonna be better for him to back down and attack him from the left side. That's gonna be a nice move here from Best. Best almost maxed out. He's got so much reinforcement in the back. He need to use them from his main base. He's got something like 40 supply just sitting there not being used. You can see it in the minimap. But anyway, Sharp's gonna try to push forward, and this +2 weapons, +1 armor Terran forces. Yeah, look at this huge amount of supply by Best. What is his next move? He need to decide to trade bases or go for something. He's gonna decide to trade bases. It's gonna allow his enemy to take this base entirely. There's gonna be high templars on the high ground, so the Shadow's almost getting sniped, but nice storm. One more storm maybe. He will the Shadow's gonna unload some stuff, and he will storm against the Matrix tank. Very good, but there's going to be a frontal attack. There's very light defenses by Sharp. A lot of forces comes in. There's only 2 tanks on the low ground here, and a very nice mine drag. Why is he attacking against the engine bay? He needs to move past everything, and this tank is being very, very annoying in the backside. The rest of Sharp's forces is moving back. He's allowing Sharp, Best to keep his 4th base, and that is critical. But no, there's going to be more tanks coming in, and yeah, looks like Sharp decided I would dedicate only 2 or 3 tanks to take out those forces. Very nice high templars coming in here, and Sharp will lose what? He will lose his expansion maybe? No, looks like now Sharp is gonna be on the high ground and Best will be on the low ground. No, looks like Best decided to come down south, and this is a mistake. Sharp decided to come down south, and there's gonna be Zealot moving in, and these tanks are not, very much clumped up together. But these Dragoons gonna get toasted here, and Sharp has regained the battle. These tanks will take out the rest of the forces. There's a Shadow there. These probes need to run away, and the Dragoons gonna get clear out, and Best is gonna be down to just 4 bases, where Sharp has regained a lot of the forces. So that's really good maneuver, I think, by Sharp. And Best, I don't know about it, but the game would continue to go on for a little bit more longer here. Why is this dropship all the way here? I don't know exactly, but Best need to play more of Temptoss strategy and not this classical Protoss style of Dragoons and Zealot. The rest of the reinforcement by the Terran player is gonna move back, and Best is allowing them to regroup. This is a mistake. The next Terran force will be so strong. All of these tanks have regrouped together. That Shadow's gotta do something. The rest of the Protoss forces coming out. Best is playing without Shadow with speed. He's playing the slow Shadow side. There's gonna be high temp. Need to cast a storm. He need to go out there. He's waiting. He need to cast a storm now. But no, he gets his snipe, and that's really unfortunate. He need to not lose his high ground. This is his only remaining, a limo here. What is it? Alamo is the right word. Anyways, that's gonna start to come out, and tanks is gonna try to target the Dragoons are attacking the D-Matrix tanks. It's gonna be a nice attack here, and the high templars need to go for some nice storm. Those are very clumped up tanks. That's gonna attack, and the last of the forces will get clear out, and Best is gonna push them back. He need to wait here and cast one more storm when the rest of the tanks move forward, and he's getting ready to cast a storm. That isn't such a bad storm. He clears out one of the science vessels. Where's the reinforcement? There's the reinforcement. Best 126 supply. Need to send probes towards the new base as well. It's gonna be a floating command center to the center of this game. Is very tense and fun to watch. If you've enjoyed this cast so far, you can consider buying me a coffee. The link to that is gonna be in the video description. You can buy me coffee via Zelle if you live in the United States. Otherwise, you can just buy me coffee with Starbucks if you live anywhere else in the world. So I'm just kidding. Just give me the money. I will use it to buy Starbucks. Anyways, nice storm, and this is also a nice strategy by Best to not waste his high templars going for difficult targets all the way in the back. He would just spend it on the forward units. Anyways, Terran will be up on 4 bases here. Let me remind you, Deja Vu, you have a map. You have a base in the middle of the map that you can mine out a little bit in the late game. But anyways, these tanks are trying to hold it on the high ground. He's gonna abandon the high ground. I don't know if that's a good idea. He need to attack against the middle side. Looks like Best says, you know what, I'm gonna engage here, but he need to go against the Terran player, man. I mean, this base is right here for the taking. Of course, you cannot see it easily. Because you don't have observers there. But yeah, he's gonna try to hold this area for the timing. Best is gonna once again try to remax out. But if he loses this left side, the game is over. He's got 2 bases there, and both the players are just going for very nice tense maneuverability. Best has lost his chance, his window of opportunity to attack against a newly fresh bases, but now he's gonna just hold out here a very nice storm before the science officer was able to deactivate that high template. Best comes up with more forces. Okay, finally observer sees, you know what, Best can try to attack from the right side at some point, but he's gonna attack here because there are very few vultures attacking, defending against his area. There's so many clumped up tanks. The moment the Zealot gets cleared out, he needs to retreat. I think there's so many clumped up tanks in the back. Can he group to those groups, get to those groups of tanks in the back? I don't think so, but there will be a lot of storm against the Goliath and the SCV. Just storm the SCVs, man. He does go for the SCV storming. He gets some SCVs, and he will force these, these guys to kind of lift out and go for distance mining, I think, maybe. Yeah, he's gonna try to clear out the science vessels. These tanks gonna try to come from the back. Where's the high temper? He's waiting for it. He's pulling back. He wants the time to siege first. Attack now. Use the high temperatures. Does he have enough storm anymore? He doesn't have. He will lose both of his high temperatures. Both the players are playing very tensely here with a very even supply. But during this kind of very even supply situation, usually Terran player is the one who does better. I don't know, but for some magical reason, Best is still alive in this game. There's gonna be, is it a command center? No, it's gonna be just a shadow and a barracks. Best got very few minerals remaining, and he's trading poorly. He's just throwing forces away. He's not playing Temptar strategy, but there will be some nice storm from the high ground. Best reinforced with more vultures. This is the classical playstyle. We haven't seen this in since 2000, when a Protoss player goes to just massive ground armies and a few high temperatures, no shadow support whatsoever. Anyways, now as you can see, Sharp is encroaching on Best territory here, but now Best will be on the high ground. He needs to take the high ground right now. He needs to attack. He needs to decide whether to attack the forces on the right side or left side. We have a shadow reinforcement from the high ground, but probes will all get sniped. High Templar need to cast good storm. What is he gonna try to do? He casts 1 storm, 2 storms. He would damage some of the tanks, but they're not yet destroyed. And Best is bleeding forces left and right. I think Sharp would take this battle, and consequently, he would take this game. Probes are forced to get, evacuate on the high ground here. And Sharp is leading by 20 supply. What is Best's next move? There's no way he can come back here because he's playing with so slow shadow. Okay, I guess he's trying to come out here. That science facility has been very annoying in the entire game. I guess not the entire game, just the last 5 minutes of this game. Enemies vultures coming out to support. Dragoons attacking from the other side of the map. He's trying to clear out as many SCVs as possible. These tanks have been cleared out. That base is still alive. Keep that in mind, guys. And Sharp, what is going to be his next move here? He's ahead by about 10 supply. He comes up with vultures. Now, even heavily upgraded vultures can defeat Dragoons because Protoss don't have any armor upgrade. Yeah, but look at this, guys. Best has very few minerals intact. It's gonna be this base gonna get sniped. Vultures will try to get on the high ground. Maybe the shadow will need to micro itself out there. Best 260 APM. He's not having much APM here. The observer, it's nice that the shadow need to get involved in this area. Best gonna decide it's gonna be better for him to attack. He needs to attack now. Where's the shadow? The shadow is used to defend. I guess that's fine. He's gonna land a Zealot maybe to go for Mind Drag. Okay, it's gonna be a Dark Templar Mind Drag. Not a bad idea. It's gonna be a scan, and Best sees it. He's gonna unload a Zealot. He cannot save this base for the love of God. It might be better to try to go in for some other strategies. So Protoss will be down to 4 bases, and Terran also on 4 bases. And Best is gonna be losing. So I am sad to say that I think Protoss will be eliminated from this KCM. We will have Speed, Sharp, Gekmo, and Zealot remaining. There's a Dark Templar buying time here. But Probe's gonna get sniped. And okay, looks like Best set to attack from both sides. There's gonna be some Mind Drag. Very nice Zealot bombing because there are no turrets. There's a Dark Templar getting dropped here. And High Templar casting a storm. Cast a storm. What are you doing? He has enough energy. He will clear out the tanks. There are only 2 tanks remaining. Oh my freaking god, where's the rest of the tanks? And this command center is forced to get lifted. All of a sudden, Sharp is finding himself very few and far with very few. Yeah, he's got very few options. There are 3 tanks on the right side, so that's good. And Best knows that he needs to back up. He will finally clear that science facility. That science facility has been, they're very annoying in the entire game. But now Sharp is down to 3 bases, but he's floated the command center somewhere. He's floated it to the 7 o'clock position, I think. Okay, no, he's refloated to the center, excuse me. Whereas here, Sharp is also taking out one more base of Best. Best is gonna get pushed back, but he has traded nicely. There was a small moment of weakness in Sharp's defense, and Best took it, executed beautifully. That's gonna be High Templar getting sniped, but good storm. Where these probes going, they're gonna go for trying to go towards the 4th base, I guess. would it be, I mean, because Best has not gone for shuttle with speed, it doesn't benefit him to take the top right anymore. If he's gone for shuttle with speed, he can try to stretch out the Terran player and try to, you know, take both corners, top right and bottom left, and, you know, just hope that Terran would not be as mobile as him. But anyways, this base will get re-saturated. There's gonna be probes getting re-transferred. The game is still very tense. Best is behind by about 10 supply. You know, this is very unusual that Protoss can hold out like this against Terran. But anyways, this is gonna be the next major battle here. Dragoons need to attack now before they get shredded to pieces. They will all get on the high ground and wait there, and that's gonna be the moment for the rest of the Protoss forces to reinforce from the main base into the central area. But I don't know if Protoss has even enough forces. Looks like in Vietnamese we have the saying, you know, playing with your hands revealed or playing with your palms open, meaning, you know what, I will just give you all my best and just go for trades. And trade one for, you know, want something of mine for something of yours. He's doing that. The command center is gonna get floated out, and Sharp is banking on the fact that you have all of your probes in this base. If I can take it out, you will have no more probes. You will have no more probes, so that's fine. And you will have no economy even if you have some ground forces remaining. Those probes will need to run away. Yeah, he need to save his probe for future engagement in the future. No, that's redundant. There's gonna be a shuttle that support here, so that's that. Looks like very tense moments. 31st minute of the game, and Best got very few forces, and so does Sharp. This command center will float towards the bottom left of the screen. Best need to use his shuttle. Does he have high temperatures inside? What does he have? He's got very few. He's not mining anymore. He doesn't have any more forces. He's gonna try to cast some storm. He will clear out some of the Goliaths, but oh my god, that storm eat up so many forces. But the high temperature is still alive. I guess Best can try to kill this the SCV that is distance mining, maybe, I don't know. But there's, as you can see, the command center is floating to exactly where these tanks are, and he's gonna try to snipe it from the low ground. He needs to pay attention. He needs to move his dragoons forward a little bit more. He needs to move the dragoons a little bit closer towards the command center. There are no SCVs here to repair. He's waiting. He's gonna get on the high ground with the rest of the dragoons here. Where are the vultures? There's some forces, and there's gonna be the shuttle getting sniped. The Goliaths is gonna try to attack, and Best GG. Protoss has been eliminated from this week's KCM. This game, I'm gonna put it in the list of best game for this year. If you enjoyed this game, feel free to buy me coffee. Into that is gonna be in the video description. I will see you soon. Bye.